Hello everyone, welcome to Beware the Terrible. So today we are going to be reviewing a deck called Nidochino, featuring Nidoqueen, sorry, not Nidorina, but Nidochino. So Nidoqueen and Cincinno. So it features the Power Lariat of Nidoqueen, which does 50 more damage for each evolution Pokemon on your bench. So we are gonna take out a lot of bugs, a lot of bug evolution Pokemon to allow us to attack, add a lot of 50 plus damage to our Power Lariat. So to do that, we use this old card, Ninjask. This, I think it's Dragon's Exalted. That's a very old deck from Black and White, I think. So this Ninjask has the special ability when you evolve it, you can search your deck for a Shedinja and put it on your bench straight off. So in other words, by evolving this Ninjask, by putting this Ninjask onto our bench when we evolve the Nincada, we are effectively taking out two evolution cards and putting it onto our bench. So basically, we need to evolve one time to put out two evolution to add 100 damage. So evolving one time allows us to add 100 damage to Power Lariat, and if we evolve twice, we add 200 damage. If we evolve three times, you get the point. So that's basically what how this deck works. This it centers around the Nidoqueen and the bugs, the Nincada, the Ninjask, and Shedinja. And then we have this SkyField, which is the most important part. The bad thing about this deck is the SkyField, as you may already have noticed, because we don't have a we don't have a Ninetales that blocks the stadium cards from being replaced by another stadium card from the opponent. So the opponent can just put another stadium card and destroy our entire deck, basically. But the maximum it can do, it still can do a maximum of 260 damage. So you can still do a maximum of 260 damage without the SkyField, but with the SkyField, you can do a maximum of 410 damage because we have 8 times 50 is 400 and 410. Or we can do 310, for 6 evolution cards. And I'll get to Cincinno in a bit, but for now, we're going to talk about the SkyField. So the reason it's very risky, this deck is very risky, is because I only have 2 SkyFields. I don't have Ninetales to prevent the SkyField from being replaced by another stadium card. So the opponent can readily put another stadium card and switch it out, destroy the whole 8, discard all of my bench Pokemon until I have 5 left. And they can use Field Blower as well. They can use Field Blower or Marshadow's resetting the hole or something. I can't remember the ability, but Marshadow can effectively discard the stadium card within 1 turn. So I don't have anything to stop that effect, to make sure that my Skyfield remains on the stadium position. So that is the weakness of this deck. But other than that, as I said, without the SkyField, it can still do a maximum of 260 damage with just 1 energy. We are going to use this triple acceleration energy And the reason we are going to use that is because we have this Cincinno to speed up our hand. We don't need too many energy. We don't need to charge our Nidoqueen one by one. We only need to evolve immediately after Rare Candy evolve. We can use Power Lariat within one go, one shot, and we have a Float Stone just in case. But we also have a Shedinja, which have no retreat cost, to allow us to switch immediately into Nidoqueen whenever we want. In one go, because we need to be very fast with this deck. So the bad thing about this deck is that it not only the sky field, but also that it sets up very slowly. It's very slow to set up because the first thing that we need to do is we need to get this Cincinno out. So Cincinno has the ability Make Do, which allows you to draw two cards every turn, once during a turn every turn, provided you discard one card from your hand, which is not too much of a compromise. So if we have three Cincinnos, we can draw six cards within one turn. And also, because of this sky field, we have a matching supporter card, which allows us to shuffle our hand into our deck and draw a number of cards equal to the number of benched Pokemon. So if the opponent has at least two bench Pokemon and we have eight bench Pokemon, that allows us to already draw 10 cards, shuffle our hand into our deck, and then draw 10 cards. So that alone is a huge draw. And then we have this. This is crucial, by the way, because without this, the whole deck becomes very slow, very, very, very slow. Because Nidoqueen, we need a lot of things in our hand. We need a sky field, not necessary, but usually to do at least 300 damage to kill a tag team or to kill a VMAX, we need to do 350 damage or at least 310 damage. Sorry, 360 or 310. So that means we need at least six evolution cards on our bench or seven. To kill a VMAX, we need seven. To kill a tag team, we need six. So we need six evolution cards. That means five is not enough. We need a Skyfield. We need a Skyfield. So that is why Skyfield is so important. To do a one hit KO, one hit knockout, we need a Skyfield. So the way to go about the weakness of the Skyfield is to use it sparingly, to use it only when we are certain that they have used their stadium card, or that we are certain that it's not going to get discarded, or somehow to somehow use it when to our advantage, to use it only when we need to attack or something like that. Usually I would have like three Ninkadas on my bench, plus two Cincinnos, and a Nidoqueen as my active. And then I will use, on my turn, I will use a Skyfield, and then I will evolve my Ninjask. I'll evolve my Ninjask three times to get three Shedinjas out. Then I will have five evolution plus three Shedinjas, eight evolution cards, plus my Nidoqueen, and then I'll just use Make Do to draw more cards, or I can shuffle back with Cynthia or Colress, and then Make Do as well, whichever goes first. Usually I will shuffle first and then Make Do, because that increases the chances of me getting this triple acceleration energy, and then I will attack. Also, Nidoqueen has this Queen's Call, so whenever I want, I can draw out a Ninjask. But the bad thing is, sometimes I have a Shedinja in my hand, so the only way for this ability to work is that the Shedinja has to be in your bench, sorry, in your deck, inside your deck. So that's why I have two Pokemon Communication to shuffle back, to put back my Shedinja into my deck, and then I have this level ball and evolution incense. So level ball allows me to take all the basic and also Ninjask and Cincinno, but it doesn't allow me to take Nidoqueen. So that's why I have two evolution incense. And then I have this counter catcher, because it's very annoying when we can deal a lot of damage, 310 damage, but the active Pokemon, the opponent's active Pokemon is a normal Pokemon, as in not a normal Pokemon, but a Pokemon that allows you to only take one prize card. So that is very annoying when we can deal 300 damage for one prize card. That is not a good deal. So this counter catcher allows us to catch a tag team or a V or a VMAX, and allows us to take two prize card for the trouble that we are doing. For all our trouble, at least we get two prize cards. So this counter catcher allows us to switch out. I probably should get a Lysander instead of two counter catcher because the tables get turned pretty quickly for this deck if it gets turned. you know um, because usually I will get they will kill two of my basic, and then I will quickly start to kill them off one bit by bit. So usually they would have four prize card and I will have six prize cards, and then I start to take my prize card. That's how I win with this deck, but it's not perfect, as I say, because of this SkyField. It can get destroyed pretty easily, and it needs a lot of things. It needs this one. This is the most important thing. If I don't have a Cincinno, the whole deck just gets pulverized. So it's crucial for me to get a Cincinno out. That's why I have a Bridget and I have a Jirachi and a Tapu Lily to get my Bridget out. And yeah, and the rest is just basic, basic supporters, basic items. I probably explain every card here, and I have a special charge as well to make sure I don't run out of triple acceleration energy. All right, I think that's too long. I hope you get a point. I'm sure you get a point now. So let's demonstrate our deck. So I think I called this deck Nidochino. There we go, Nidochino. So a brief bit about this, the name of this deck. I named it the Rail Vespiquen because it relies on the bugs. It relies on the Shedinja and the Ninjask, all of the bugs, the Chichadas. So that's why it's called the Rail Vespiquen, because it's Nidoqueen and it's a bug deck. Uh, Probably gonna put this one. I want to protect my Cincinno because you know it's crucial. I need my Cincinno for the rest of the game, so I can't do anything right now. And the good thing about this deck is that there is no GX, there's no EX, there's no V, which means they only take one price card at a time. And we have this empty shell. Your opponent can't take any price card if it is knocked out. So that's our you know special ability, our bonus. And we also have a rescue stretcher as well, so we can, if this gets knocked out, we can shuffle it back into our deck and then use a Ninjask to call it back out. I mean, evolve a Ninjask to call it back out. This is a very famous card, by the way, Darkrai. And everybody is using this ear ringing bell. I've never used it before, but I guess it's pretty useful because you have to switch, otherwise you get confused, which is pretty annoying. So I can't do anything right now. I'm probably gonna have to evolve to increase the number of my bench. And then I'm gonna have to chorus. Oh no, I shouldn't evolve it. Alright, we have a Cincinno. That's good. I should put that one. We can rescue stretcher that one if we need to. Ah, I guess that's it. Anguish Cry, Building Spite. This is a very unique card, by the way, Spirit Tune. So he has Greninja and Zorog GX. We all know how dangerous this thing is. It's very fast, you know. They don't need a lot of energies to even do a huge damage, this one. Because it's 30. It does damage by a multiple of 30, which is very bogus if you ask me. So I'm getting another Shedinja out, and I have no choice but to discard that one. And a Colress, perfect. Alright. I'm gonna evolve my Nidoqueen and get another Cincinno out. So good thing about Nidoqueen is that it has a Queen's Call, but it doesn't allow me to get my Jirachi or my Tapu Lele, because it doesn't allow you to get GX or EX. So only the regular Pokemons. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 evolution now. That's probably gonna be dead. Um, I don't know what to do. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, thank you. So I'm gonna just discard this one, because we already have a rare candy. Ah, we can't do anything now. We don't have a float stone, we can't attack. He's probably gonna discard this one. I'm pretty sure he's gonna discard this one. But doesn't matter because we have 4. If he kills this one, we have 4. Oh, it's Zigzagon. We have 4 evolution left. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna discard this one because I want my Shedinja because of the empty shell. So we have 4, which means we can still do 210, 190 because of its resistance. And then it's probably gonna use the B cancel. No, sorry. Anguish Cry. Sorry. There was a Spirit Tomb who has a B cancel. I can't remember what the attack, uh, what its effect was, but sounds very good. I think you can evolve the next turn or something like that. I'm gonna get. I think I'm gonna get this one. And then I'm gonna. I probably could. I could get Evolution Incense with this one for my next Nidoqueen, but I'll do that the next turn. We don't need 2 Sycamores. We can already counter Catcher. Oh, alright. I think I might get Skyfield. No. Let's get an Evolution Incense, evolve the next turn, and then maybe Sycamore for a Skyfield. So, nothing else we can do. There we go. 2 price cards. Oh, confused. He's gonna kill us anyways. Like you'd think it can't kill us, but you'd be surprised, you know? Especially this thing. 30 times 30, sorry, 3 times 30, 100 damage. Already it can do 100 damage plus 10, 110 plus 40, 150. All it needs is a muscle band to kill me. Muscle band or a choice band. No, not a choice band. What's it called again? Something band. Vitality band, yeah. Alright, I'm getting a Nidoqueen. I almost lost it and got something else there. Alright. Let's try and get our Skyfield out. I know our Skyfield is in our deck because I just saw it. So I'm gonna throw my Tapu Lily because we don't need that. And then we're gonna throw another a Bridget. No Skyfield. Okay, we have a float stone, thank goodness. So we're gonna do that. Then I think we're gonna Marnie. Do we have two? No, we have one. So we're gonna Marnie and then we are gonna do the special charge the next turn. If we have a special charge. So let's compress the deck with our Queen's Call. Whatever. Oh, I should have taken an Inkara actually. We already have a Skyfield. Oh, finally we have a Skyfield. I didn't notice that. Alright, so let's try Skyfield now, because if we don't Skyfield now, wait, let's just wait till this die first. Yep, nothing else we can do. Counter Catcher wouldn't work because we have 4 price cards. We don't have it anyways. But we just wasted that, guys. We have 260 damage. Could have killed this one actually. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I definitely should have a Lysander, but we already used Marnie, so no point having a Lysander because we have a Marnie. But you know, we could probably already have a Lysander at hand, given the number of cards we've drawn. Obstagoon. I'm not a basic Pokemon. It's gonna attack 30. Probably gonna kill my Nidoqueen. Oh, you didn't do anything? When you play your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may put 3 damage. Oh right, he used Evo Soda. He doesn't he doesn't evolve from his hand, so he can't deal the 30 damage. So I can basically kill him another time. He just gave me another free shot. I don't want to use Make Do too many times because I don't have much cards left in my deck, but I do need a special charge. Who knows if who knows if we have won the last triple acceleration energy in our deck. I'm thinking if we need, do we need a rescue stretcher? Yeah, we do. Let's take a Nidoran out. We don't have a Nidoqueen. Oh, we do have a Nidoqueen here. So already we have the right cards. Let's just shuffle this 3. Yeah. I don't think we need a Ninjask. Let's get a Tapu Lily. Because just in case all else... Oh, we can't charge the Tapu Lily. We don't have a double colorless. So might as well get a Ninjask then. Let's do that. Let's leave that. I'm not sure what to do. I'll just do it. We have a Bridget, so we can destroy that. Counter Catcher doesn't work. Alright. The reason I drew just now is because I need my triple acceleration energy. Well, I didn't realize that I need it until I draw, but you know, it's kind of a lucky shot. Happens sometimes. You did something you didn't know you should do, but sometimes you do something you didn't know, you didn't realize you shouldn't have done as well. Which happens a lot with certain decks. But fortunately, I've had a lot of practice with this one. So we need our triple acceleration energy, which we don't have. Should we do that? Or should we Cynthia? Oh, we can't go back anymore. Oh, thank goodness. I'm gonna put this one because that really was close. I'm gonna compress our deck. Keep on compressing. And then, oh, we can't. I thought I saw that rare candy glowing. 240 damage. Oh, we can't kill this in one go. We need a SkyField because it has a psychic resistance or poison resistance. It's actually resistant to psychic because it's a dark type. But I'm not a psychic type. I'm a poison type. I'm a poison type. Oh, devoured fuels works for dark type as well. I thought it's just dragon. Makes sense because he's got a full dark deck. Oh, there we go. Dark pulse and I'm dead. If you have another energy, I'm dead. I don't know what to reply. Sad face? I don't know. Yeah, let's just heartbreak back. Um, I need a triple acceleration energy. You know what? Since it's the last turn, let's just do that. And let's just go for it. Ninkata. Yeah, we're gonna do a Nidoran because this is where we're gonna die. And oh, he just let us win. Yeah, the reason I put a Nidoran is because, both of my Nidoqueens are on the verge of death. That's why I put an extra Nidoran. Because I could evolve with a rare candy on the next turn and then call out a triple acceleration energy and do damage and kill and do the, final blow. But he just let us win. So let's try another one to demonstrate this one. So as you saw just now, the Skyfield got crushed. If he didn't let me win, he's probably gonna, crush my Skyfield again with another of his devoured fields or field blower or whatever. Field blower is very famous, by the way. Everyone is using field blower. I'm not sure why. I think it's because it allows you to discard tool cards as well. I don't know what to put. Uh, let's protect our Nidoran. Because I think we only have 3 of this. We have 4 Ninkadas, but we only have 3 Nidorans. I don't know, I just thought that might be wise when I was building the deck. Well, actually, it came off as a modification. After much editing, I thought it wise to put only 3 Nidorans. Because it's more important to have Ninkata. Even though Nidoran is the star of the whole deck, and without it we can't attack, but we need a lot of supporters. Without Ninkata, it doesn't do as much damage. The Power Lariat is pretty much useless, especially against VMAX and Tag Team, which is famous, which is the famous cards in this season, especially with the release of the new Rebel Clash. Sorry, I just got stuck at the monk there. We don't have anything in our hand. Our hand is blank. We don't have a Bridget, which is the most important card to start off with. That's why this deck is very slow to start to begin with, and is gonna kill me. And that's why I always say, if he takes 3 price card, by the time he takes 3 price card and I take none, that's probably that's probably an indication that I'm going to lose, because there's no possible way to win unless he uses 2 tag teams and knock him out in 2 shots. Or unless he doesn't use Lysander, because this is empty shell. He can't take price cards for empty shells. And there you go. No supporter again. Sorry. So I'm gonna switch out the heavier one. This card is crazy, by the way. I think I remember I was suspended because I was too vocal. I think I I spammed a lot of people as well, which makes sense that I was suspended. So when my account was suspended, uh, sorry, a bit of a deviation, but it makes sense later. So when my account was suspended, I started from scratch. I logged in as a new I logged in a new account. We need our Cincinno, so we're gonna switch that. So I logged into a new account. I created a new account, sorry, and then I started from scratch. And then from then I went to the trainer challenge. I got a new deck. I bought a deck from the shop, and then I bought the Charizard deck. Charizards are crazy, by the way. And then I won a lot of times, and then I realized that Dragonite works. Sorry, I'm deviating too much. So bottom line is this was the main card that I used. Eventually after using the deck and I got enough coins, I bought packs and I traded. I went to tournaments and I with a theme deck and I traded, and eventually I got this card. This is the main card that allowed me to win a lot of games when I started off from scratch. So this card is really bogus. You can win any game with this card if you have the right, if you have the right arrangements, welders and all the fire, giant hearth and all the fire embellishments. So we are really doing poorly with this deck right now because we don't have any supporters, we don't have any items, useful items. We're not evolving, we're not doing anything. Well, except for the previous evolution. How did he switch just now? Sorry, I was lost with the. Alright, escape rope. I was lost with my story just now with this Charizard Reshiram GX. Because it has Flare Strike and it also has Double Blaze and Outrage. If it doesn't get knocked out within one hit, it can use Outrage. So it can basically use Flare Strike, Outrage, Flare Strike, Double Blaze, Flare Strike, and then and before it dies. That's how powerful it is. So it's poisoned me. I can't die in the next turn, so I'm gonna just let it off. Oh, this is a very bad hand. This is all Pokemon cards that I draw. Sorry, it's all, you know, uh, Pokemon. This is funny. It's all non-item cards that I'm drawing, non-trainer cards that I'm drawing. Ah, another Pokemon. So there you go. Four. I haven't even set up my bench, and it's getting killed one by one. We're dead, guys. Another weakness of this deck is it sets up. It needs to set up pronto, or or it doesn't work, or it's gonna get crushed completely. As you can see right now, it's getting crushed like crazy. This is ridiculous. If we get a Bridget the next turn, maybe we can turn it around. No, not possible. He's gonna take 2 price cards before we are able to set up, which is already too late. And he already has all four Pokemons fully charged. Almost fully charged. Within the next turn, he's gonna have all four Pokemons fully charged. Oh my goodness. I just drew 3 Ninjasks, 1 Shedinja, and 2 Nidoqueens. Alright. Let's try again. Alright. Another demo, another demo. Bad hand alert, bad hand. We need a Bridget or a Jirachi slash Tapu Lele to set our bench for the right supporters so Nidoqueen can do its power. But we don't have anything. Let's try to compress our deck by getting what we need, which is Cincinno, the Great Chinchilla, Chinzilla, Zorua. There's a lot of attacks to remember, but it really helps if you remember the attacks because it allows you to match them up into great combos in your head. But it also helps to, explore, not to just memorize them, but to explore and, be interested in them. Because if we take it if we have fun with it, it becomes, it becomes easier. So he's probably gonna have a Zorok GX with the trade ability to allow him to get two cards, uh, draw two cards by discarding one card from his hand, the same as Mig do. The thing is, he's a GX though. Oh dear, he has a divide. I call this divide because this divide is bogus. I hate the divide. We're gonna get a Jirachi with our Shedinja. We don't need a Shedinja. We never do. Sorry, Shedinja, but we don't need you. You're gone. Okay, we got a Bridget for two Minchino and a Nidoran. Okay, we're gonna. He's probably gonna divide and kill it. Divide is crazy, by the way, guys. I hate divide. I hate it so much. But we're gonna try it. If he kills this, he can't kill both of it. So at least we have that. Alright, we're gonna evolve our evolve into Nidoqueen the next turn and draw four cards. Psybeam, thank goodness. There was once where an Espeon GX used Divide on uh, two of my Ninkadas. It killed two of my Ninkadas in one turn, and that fucked up my entire game. That's why I hate Divide. I hate it so much. And I also have a deck featuring Shedinja with only 30 HP, and it doesn't have the empty shell ability. So if you kill that Shedinja, you get one prize card. So it only have 30 HP. So if you have a Divide, you can kill three Shedinja and get three prize card in one turn. So you see how crazy the Divide is. Divide GX is crazy. I don't have a card that I don't need. Oh, I do have a card that I don't need. Okay, let's throw away our chinchilla. Oh, we have that. We have four. If we have what do you call that? I'm gonna take my chance here because if we have a, oh no, we only have one float stone in our deck, so I'm not gonna take my chance because we can only draw 7 cards anyways. There we go. No float stone. It could even be in our price card. There we go. Float stones in our price card. All right. I just put my SkyField into my deck, which might not be a wise decision, but anyways. The ideal case would be I have two Ninkadas that make up a full bench. That my bench is already full with two Ninkadas, and then on my turn I would put a Skyfield and then evolve those two Ninkadas to bring out another two Shedinjas, bringing up to a total of 4 or 4 plus evolution cards to deal 200 or 200 plus damage. Usually I would have two Cincinnos by then, which means I would have 6 evolution cards dealing 310 plus damage. By the way, this deck only works against GX tag teams, and oh, there we go. He did that. Divide. The the annoying divide. As I said, oh, we don't have a float stone. Ah, this is bad. As I said, this deck only works against a GX tag team or a V or a VMAX because it deals a lot of damage and it needs to take a lot of prize cards. Otherwise, if it takes one prize card at a time, it would be too slow and we won't have enough energy for it anyways. We have four, we might have one at prize card, so maximum we have 3 energies. Usually we would have 3 energies in our deck and we have two special charge, but they might be discarded or they might be in our prize card, so it's very risky if we kill one at a time. So it's quite impossible if we do it that way. Uh, I'm gonna get a Nidoran. I'm gonna wait for Jirachi to be dead because we don't need that Jirachi. Um, I need a float stone. I thought my float stone was in my prize card. Do we even have a float stone? I don't know what to do. I keep forgetting that we can't use energy drive because usually if I were Tapu Lily I would use energy drive plus its ability. So I think I haven't used anything yet, so I'm gonna special charge later. I might not do that. Let's throw our Shedinja. We haven't used our rescue stretcher, so let's throw away our Shedinja. Oh great, another Shedinja. I don't know what to do. We're gonna have to just leave it. So the next turn we can do 200 plus damage. Oh, it's afraid of psychic type, so we don't need that much evolution. Sometimes we need to take a detour, and I'm not really good at taking detours because I love sticking to my strategy. But sometimes there's no choice. We have no choice but to take a detour. If I could switch, I can kill it because I only need 100 damage times 2 because of its weakness. I might not do this because it's gonna throw away. It's gonna destroy. is gonna shuffle back my triple acceleration energy, which I need. I'm gonna see if I have a float stone. I'm pretty sure I have a float stone in this deck. Okay, there we go, float stone. I think it was, oh, it was in one of the, I must have gotten lost there. There's no way we can do anything right now. Let's just make do. Yeah, we'll just make do. Alright, that's done. He's gonna Psychic again, or, sorry, Psybeam. I think the reason he used Psybeam twice is because he knew I couldn't switch. He was trying to drag the game so he can charge his Pokemon, his Zoroark. Oh, there we go, stand in. Thank God I have this counter catcher left. Oh, I thought he's gonna stand in. Each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. That's gonna... Yeah, that's stupid. You should have stand in. Oh, he wanted to kill my Nidoqueen. That's why he didn't stand in. Why is this shining? Oh. Oh shit. I shouldn't have done that, but oh well. I could get uh Ninjask, but I need a rescue stretcher. Alright, let's get a Ninjask. Let's make do for some rescue stretchers. Hopefully we get a Skyla. No. Please give us a Skyla. Dang. No Skyla. So there's no way we can draw out two now. Ooh, this is annoying. Alright, we're just gonna compress our deck and tech. Just checking our triple acceleration energy to make sure we have enough. There we go, because of its weakness, we don't need that much evolution cards. And we really need to be quick here because we only have 8 cards in our deck, but we have a Cynthia. We should be fine. As long as we don't discard that Cynthia or he doesn't discard it for us with that, I don't remember what that redhead is called. But there's a team something supporter card that allows you to draw 2 cards and discard 1 random card from your opponent's hand. So if he uses that supporter, he might throw away our Cynthia and ruin our strategy. So we have a counter catcher to destroy that, but 160, just nice. So he only needs to do 2 more kills and he wins. So if we kill the Zorua this turn, oh, we need to kill the Zorua first, because the Zoroark. If we kill Lugia, because Lugia can't possibly kill Nidoqueen in one shot, so Lugia is useless. Sorry, but Lugia EX is basically useless. So we can use special charge now, because we have 2 in our discard pile. Conservative, and let's do SkyField for our special ability. Oh, whoopsie, we forgot to we forgot to put our rescue stretcher. Dang. Doesn't matter, it's just 100. False alarm. There we go. Let's get a Nidoqueen. We don't need a Ninjask. We have too many Ninjasks. We're gonna evolve another Nidoqueen, put another Nincada, and then a Nidoran. We don't need that Nidoran actually, because he has 2 price cards left. So we need a triple acceleration energy. Let's compress our deck. Oh shit. We don't need that. We might draw that again. So the bad thing is we might draw a Shedinja, but we have a Marnie, so that should be fine. As long as we have a Marnie, everything will be fine. So we have 2 Shedinjas in our deck, so that's fine. Yep, we have one more Shedinja. So if we Marnie, we can put the Shedinja back and we can call out our Ninjask with our Queen's Call. So that's done. Assuming he doesn't destroy our SkyField the next turn, we might win this game. Because Lugia can kill this unless he has a double colorless and a muscle band. Because I have a stadium card. He's gonna discard the stadium card probably. Oh shit, I did not anticipate that. He's gonna discard the stadium card. Ooh, I did not anticipate that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna throw this one. Yep, at least we have 5. That's fine actually. 5 will do the trick. 4 even is enough. So we're gonna have a Shedinja because it has the empty shell ability. We're gonna use a Marnie for some more colorless. Oh no, we're gonna wait for our. We're gonna wait for the special charge to do the Marnie. So let's do this for the time being. There we go. We have another one. We don't need that anymore. So we're gonna Marnie the next turn because we're gonna Marnie after using the special charge. Because we already have 2. I only want this triple acceleration energy in our discard pile to be 2, so that we can use this special charge to conserve energy, and then use Marnie to shuffle it all back. There we go, the final blow. This is it, guys. This is it. I don't need this, but just to show you the technique. Shuffle it back, and then Marnie, so that I get 2 triple acceleration energy out. There we go, 2 triple acceleration energy. And then make do. Oh, we have that one. I did not realize that we have another SkyField. Let's do that. I know the game is over, but just for fun's sake. I should throw the Galadian. I wonder what's in our price card. Uh, oh, a Shedinja. Didn't realize it. Okay, I think you get the point. Um, so this deck is very, I would say it's very difficult to judge based on its success criteria, because if it's, as I said, it's very useful against tag team GX and V, but it's very it's very, even against those tag team GX and VMAX Pokemons, we need this SkyField. It's very temperamental because we need so many things. But as I said, as long as we arrange our bench nicely, we can always put the Skyfield on our turn, and then evolve the Ninjask on our turn, and then bring out extra Shedinjas on our turn, you know? So it's always important to put two Cincinnos on the bench, plus two Ninkadas on the bench, plus one spare Nidoran, just in case this one gets knocked out. The active Nidoqueen gets knocked out on the next turn. So immediately the next turn we can use a rare candy to evolve into Nidoqueen and then triple acceleration energy and kill. So basically, as long as we have those perfect bench, we can put a Skyfield. We can immediately put a Skyfield on our turn and then expand our bench by 4 evolution cards, right? Because we can evolve 2 Ninkadas to bring out 4 evolution cards, and we by then we will usually have 2 Cincinnos already, so we can deal 310 damage plus to the opponent, which would normally kill a VMAX. Which would normally kill a V tag team or GX. But to kill a VMAX, we need one more. One more Shedinja or Ninjask or Cincinno. So unless the VMAX has a, what do you call that? A bodybuilding dumbbell. That trainer card allows you to add 40 HP to the stage 1 Pokemon. So if the VMAX has 330 HP or 340, which usually isn't the case. Usually VMAXs has 320. That's the most common one. 320 HP or 300. So even if it's 320, we only need seven evolution energy cards. Sorry, 7 evolution Pokemon on our bench to deal 360 damage. Because 320 plus bodybuilding dumbbell 40 HP is equals to 360. So this deck is very temperamental, and it's very hard to set up. That's the main difficulty. So the only way we can set up is with Bridget. And this is the crucial card that we need on the first draw. Basically, on the first draw, we need either a Jirachi or a Tapu Lily or a Bridget. If we don't have any of these 5 cards on our hand within the first or second turn, then basically we are screwed. We're so screwed that we are very likely to lose the entire game. So if we don't have one of these 5 cards within the first or second draw, that is the determining factor of that would determine our loss in the game. So I will probably need to modify this deck to make sure that I can get this Bridget out faster in the first turn, or get a Dunsparce or something. A Dunsparce doesn't work because this energy is too scarce, and it doesn't allow you to attach it to a Dunsparce, which is a basic Pokemon. I'll show what a Dunsparce do. A Dunsparce basically is a Bridget. It's the same as a Bridget. So search your deck for up to 3 basic Pokemon and put them onto your bench. And an added bonus effect is that you can switch this Pokemon with any one of your bench Pokemon. You may switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon after that effect. So that's the bonus. You may do that. You don't have to. You just may. There is another card that allows you to use the Bridget effect, which is called Gossifleur, but it doesn't allow you to switch, which might not be necessary, but it's a nifty ability to have, and I think it's the same HP as well. The bad thing about Alolan Vulpix is that it doesn't allow you to put it onto your bench immediately. This one allows you to put it onto your bench immediately on that turn, before your turn ends. So 50 HP, right, is the same. Yep. So I can't use a Dunsparce because this deck has no energy that allows me to attach it to the Dunsparce. So that's all for this deck. Hope you enjoyed the deck. It's called Nidochino, and I have a lot of variations for this deck as well. I think I'll show you a few of the variations. This is by far the most useful one. The most useful variation of all is this, is the one that I've shown you. You know, the one that I've just demonstrated. That's the most useful one. The rest is you know is less effective. There we go. The real Vespi Queen. All right. It's basically the same except I don't have a Cincinno. So you can see how important a Cincinno is. But to what do you call that? To replace the Cincinno, to make it uh, to add its own effect to it, this deck have this card, Guzma Hala, which allows you to take a stadium card, a tool card, and a special energy. You know, a tool card allows us to switch on that turn, a special energy allows us to attack, and the stadium allows us to expand our bench, expand our evolution card. So expand the evolution Pokemon on our bench. So this is not very effective. This is less effective than the one I showed you just now because it's very slow. It's very slow because we can't draw as many cards. Our hand is very slow. It has this, but we need that to be able to use this. And as I've demonstrated just now, I didn't really use much of Colress. I only used it once or twice, which is a real game changer, but it's not it's not certain that I'm gonna use it. Sometimes in a whole game, in the whole of a game, throughout the entire game, I wouldn't have used Colress at all, and I would have lost usually if I didn't use Colress. It's usually a good indication that I've lost. Or I would use Colress when I don't have a SkyField, when my bench is only two Pokemons and their bench is only two. It's really bad sometimes, Colress. It's not always a surefire. It's not always a surefire perfect draw. And then for this deck, I also have a tag call to call my Guzma Hala, which is probably a bad thing to do because that's the only tag team card in the entire deck. So I might as well add a Guzma Hala. I might as well have four Guzma Hala in the deck, you know, or have a VS Seeker or something. Oh, I have a VS Seeker. I have two VS Seekers. Oh, I think this deck centers around Guzma Hala because that's the only way that I can get out my 4 energy. Oh, this deck also have only 4 energy. So the reason I need to either have a Cincinno or a Guzmahala is because I only have 4 energy. So I need to get this out somehow. So either with Guzmahala or with an accelerated drawing of hands, which is the ability of make do, which is allowed by the ability of make do, which the Cincinnos have. I'm sorry, my English is a bit terrible right there. And I also have Mysterious Treasure, which is not a good card to use because Mysterious Treasure doesn't allow me to get a Ninjask. So I'm not sure why I have a Mysterious Treasure. That's probably a bad choice of cards. And then Rescue Stretcher, Rare Candy, Quick Ball, Field Blower, and a Counter Catcher. Alright, and then another variation of this is Queen's Valley. So Queen's Valley, instead of triple acceleration, I have a double colorless, and instead of Skyfield, instead of Skyfield, I have a Dimension Valley. So that's why it's called Queen's Valley. So I wrote it one exile is because I need a Giovanni's exile. Why do I need a Giovanni's exile? Because I need to throw away my Jirachi, I need to throw away my useless basics, my Jirachi and my Tapu Lily, or my Nidoran if I have to make sure that all five of my bench Pokemon are 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 cleared out for evolution cards. You know, to make sure that all 5 bench Pokemons are evolution cards, I need to clear out all of these EXs, basic EXs. Okay, so Queen's Valley. features Dimension Valley and Double Colorless, and I don't need to keep charging my Pokemon because it's only it doesn't you don't have to discard it at the end of the turn, which is what Triple Acceleration Energy does. Triple Acceleration Energy, at the end of the turn you discard it, so you need to keep charging the Pokemon. Whereas this one, I just attach it once and I get to use it again and again and again. I don't need to keep calling it out with Guzma Hala, VS Seeker, and Tag Call, or I don't need to keep using Make Do to draw, and use Special Charge to keep shuffling it all back in, which is very heavy. So instead of that, I have a Dimension Valley to allow me to attack with only two energies. But I tried it and it's not as effective as the Make Do. Again, that is the most effective one. So you can try it out if you want. But I'm not sure why I have a Colress here. With this one I need a Guzmahala as well. So there, already you can see why it's ineffective is because we need a Guzmahala and we need a Giovanni's Exile. There's only one Exile. See, I have another one called 2 Exile. So is another variation of the variation where I have 2 Exiles and 3 Guzmahala. So I can't use 2 supporter in one turn. That's why this deck is not good, right? Already you can see why it's not good is because you need a Giovanni's Exile and a Guzmahala within that turn even. You um, need to do a lot of clearing of your bench, which alone is very annoying. Because in the first turn you need to call out a Bridget, which might require us to put into the bench our Tapu Lily or our Jirachi. So it's very annoying. We need to use a Giovanni's Exile, and then we need to put the bench, we need to set up our bench all over again, and then we need to evolve, and then we need to use Guzmahala. So that's very messy. Not messy, but it takes a lot of turns. It's too slow. So the last variation is called Roasted Pupa, and I added the name Dynamax just for the effect. So the reason it's called Roasted Pupa is because it features the ability Roast Reveal, which allows you to draw 3 cards each time you discard a fire energy from your hand. So this is worse than the Make Do because Make Do allows you to draw 2 cards as long as you discard any card from your hand. For Roast Reveal, you need to discard a fire energy. So for that, I need a Giant Hearth to call out 2 fire energy on my hand, which means I can't have a SkyField. Either that or I need a lot of Professor's Letter, to allow me to get a lot of energy. And because so this deck is completely different, completely different from the completely different from our Shedinja deck, from our Nidochino deck, because the Nidochino deck features Nidoqueen and Shedinja Ninjask, especially the Cast Off Shell ability, Ninjask's Cast Off Shell ability to summon Shedinja. So this one, and it is also supported by Cincinno's ability Make Do, which allows you to draw a lot of cards. But this one, it doesn't have a Shedinja, but it features Caterpie's Pupate and Adaptive Evolution, which allows you to evolve quickly, and is supported by Rose Reveal, which allows you to draw cards as long as you have fire energy, as long as you discard a fire energy from your hand. So for this deck, we need a lot of fire energy. So to make it possible, we have Welder to allow our Nidoqueen to be charged with 3 energies, which we need to attack. So we charge it with 2 energies using Welder, and then we attach an extra energy from our hand on our turn uh, for a total of 3 energies. And we have 9 energy, which is enough as long as we have a Fire Crystal to put 3 energy cards back from our discard pile to our hand, and we have an exile as well because we don't have a Skyfield. As long as we don't have a Skyfield, we need an exile because we only have 5 precious spaces in our bench and we need to use all of them for evolution cards. for Power Lariat to do the maximum of 260 damage. So the good thing about this deck is that it has fire energy, which means we don't need to keep charging the Nidoqueen as long as it doesn't get knocked out in one turn, which usually is the case. That is why I use the triple acceleration energy, because Nidoqueen gets knocked out very quickly. It's only 160. And we have tag teams, V Maxes, and crazy combinations released these days. So 160 is basically nothing, especially the Nuzzle deck. If you have met the Nuzzle deck, the annoying Nuzzle deck, it does a lot of damage and, with just a simple Raichu. So this deck is very fast because Caterpie evolves into Metapod very quickly. You can basically evolve it immediately. You can use Nidoqueen's Queen Call to get a Caterpie out and then pupate and evolve, on that one turn. But you need to flip a heads though. Or you can Queen's Call twice, or you can Queen's Call for a Caterpie Adaptive Evolution and get an evolution incense, sorry, get a Metapod with evolution incense to evolve immediately. So that's why it's fast. The reason I like this deck is because it's fast. So this is not too bad because it's is about the same as the effectiveness is about the same as the Nidochino deck, which features the Shedinja, Ninjask, and Cincinno. But the reason I don't like this deck, the reason is not quite as effective as the deck that I just demonstrated, is because this deck doesn't have SkyField, and because it doesn't have SkyField, you need to use a Giovanni's Exile, and that already buffers you because a Giovanni Exile is a supporter card, and you are not allowed to use more than one supporter card in one turn. And because we don't have a SkyField, we can't do more than 260 damage. And usually we need a spare Nidoran on our bench, and that alone is already another buffer, which means we will be able to do only a maximum of 210 damage. So that's not a lot. We need to attack twice to be able to cause a knockout. If it's a V Max or a tag team or whatever, and usually they would be able to switch it out into a new tag team or whatever, or they would be able to heal it all back and do some crazy things, some acrobatic backflips, and and basically destroy our strategy. So that's why this deck is not quite as effective, but it's still almost as effective. It's almost on par with the Nidochino deck. So that's the last of our variation. I hope you enjoyed that. The Nidochino is the most effective one of all of these decks, of all of these Nidoqueen decks that I can make up. So if you like Nidoqueen, this is a good deck to use. Um, it caused me a lot of wins, but I wouldn't recommend using it against a tournament because in a tournament you need a surefire win. This is not a surefire win. As I said, you need that Bridget. You need that Bridget in the first or second turn. If you don't have that, immediately that could set you up to fail. So, and you need to get the Chinchino out really quick. So for tournaments, I would suggest using one of those surefire win decks. For example, the Night March deck. In the past, the Night March deck is a surefire win deck. Before the release of GX, before the release of Tag Team, even if you have a Marshadow, before a Marshadow GX, before the release of Tag Teams and V cards, that deck is a surefire win deck because a Night March deck can deal a lot of damage and with just basic simple cards like those bugs. I can't remember the name of it. The Pumpkaboo and the Joltik. And also the Marshadow GX has a huge HP, which allows you to attack and defend yourself as well. Because a Marshadow is a fighting type, which means you can attach a focus sash into it, and that means you can do 2 kills at a time. You know, you can do 2 kills for each Marshadow GX. And because Night March allows you to deal a lot of damage, about 200 plus, you can kill a GX very easily, but you can't kill a tag team. That is why, with the release of tag teams and V cards, the Night March deck no longer is a surefire win deck. So what I'm saying is, if you go into the tournament, you better win, because these tickets don't come by easily. These tickets are expensive because you only get them in the versus ladder, which only release every month. The versus ladder, you get 17 tickets. If you finish the whole versus ladder, you get 17 tickets in the course of a month. If you manage to win all those 17 tickets before that month, you're not allowed to proceed to the next ladder. You have to wait for the next month for the ladder to refresh. So basically, within a month, you're only allowed to get 17 tickets. In addition to that, though, you're given one free ticket every 5 days as a daily reward, and if you win 9 games for every day, if you win 9 games, the ninth win you get a ticket. Also, with this gift baskets, you might with this wrapped gifts, you might get a ticket inside. You might get even 4 tickets inside if you're lucky, but it's very rare. So that's why I say, if you go to a tournament, you better win at least one win. When you enter an event, you have to fight 3 times. You're given you are if you win twice, you can play for 3 games. So it depends on whether you win or not. If you win twice, you can play 3 games. If you win once, you can play another game. So basically, if you win, you get to play another game, but the maximum game you play is 3 games. So if you win all three, you get, for the expanded format, which is the hardest, I would say. If you win all three, if you're number one, you get 6 Rebel Clash packs. So these packs are very important because you get to trade them for any cards you want. So the reason I don't open these packs whenever I win a tournament, I don't open any of these packs because I want to trade them for any cards I want. Because whenever I build a deck, there will be cards that I don't have. And when I need those cards that I don't have, I will need to go to the tournament, get those packs. So these packs are the ones that allow me to trade for those cards that I need. And these packs are in very high demand, even after a month, even after the Rebel Clash has gone cold. It's not that famous. It's even after a few months of its release, it's still pretty famous because it's the latest one. As long as it's the latest one, everyone's gonna be is gonna claw for it. Everyone's gonna chase after it. So whenever you go to the tournament, remember to get those packs and don't open them. Trade them for the cards that you need, and always trade one pack for one rare holo or one rare card. Don't trade them for silly cards. And if you want trainer cards, don't use packs. Um, Usually, I would trade trainer cards for a rare card, but you would have to open the packs then, because if you buy packs from the shop, those cards are not tradable. So usually, if I want trainer cards, I would trade one tradable pack from the event that I got from the tournament. I would trade one pack for 4 trainer cards, or more than that, at least 4 trainer cards, because trainer cards are not very rare, depending on the type. If it's a Prism Star, then it's quite rare, but there are also like rare trainer cards as well. So, in a nutshell, I would say, if you go to a tournament, it's better to win, because if you don't win, you're wasting the tickets. So it's better to make a surefire win deck so that you can win the tournament, so that you can get the cards that you want, and then with those cards that you have, you can test out your new deck. So that's the fun part. The fun part is to make a deck. But to make the deck, you need the cards that you don't have. And to get the cards that you don't have, you need to go to the tournament, and win the tournament to get the packs to trade for the cards that you don't have. But in order to win the tournament, you need to make a surefire win deck. And to make a surefire win deck, you have to be observant. You have to play a lot of versus. You have to play against a lot of opponents and find out which opponent has that surefire win deck that has simple cards. If they have very complicated cards, very rare cards that you're not able to get, then forget it. You're not gonna get it. If they have simple cards like the Nuzzle deck have very simple cards and it's very easy to build. And if you're able to make a simple if you're able to if you observe such a deck and you're able to make such a deck, then go ahead and make it, and go to the tournament with those decks so that you can win those packs that you need to get to trade for the cards that you want and test out the new deck that you want to play for. Because the main thing is to build the deck. The best fun that you can get out of this game, out of this Pokemon TCGO, is to build your very own specialized unique deck, your own personal favorite, your own signature deck. So to build your own signature deck, you need to get the cards that you need. And I'm probably repeating myself, but to do that, you need that surefire win deck. So for now, I don't have a surefire win deck because I usually, whenever I go to tournaments, I usually use the theme deck because theme deck is standard. Everyone has the same choice. You're not allowed to play around with your cards. You're not allowed to arrange it yourself. Everyone only has these number of decks to choose from. And they also have other decks as well. Those GX special decks that they purchase outside the shop, outside the online shop. They can purchase it outside and then type in the code and then redeem it on the gift on this part, on this section. Enter codes manually and then they can redeem it. But they purchase it physically and then enter the code. So basically, it's pretty standard, as long as because all of these decks, they are pretty much the same in terms of the likelihood to win, except you have to be except it they have certain advantages to each of them. Each deck have its own special advantage. That's why these decks are so good to use. That's why the theme format of the tournament is so easy to win, because they are all the same. All of the theme decks. See, if I join, I'm only allowed to pick from those standard decks. I'm not allowed to pick from my own the deck that I built myself. Whereas in the expanded deck, you're against opponents which have all of those V Max V cards and all of those perfect combos, all of those surefire win decks. It's very hard to go against those people, because they are experienced. They have all the perfect cards they need. Whereas with this, everyone has everyone it's a level plane. Everyone is forced to use the same decks, the same selection from the shop. And always I pick the Dragonite deck because the Dragonite has the perfect setup. Dragonite decks allows you to set up very quickly. And why do I say that? It's because Dragonite decks, the Soaring Storm deck, sorry, Soaring Storm, it has a lot of cards that allow you to draw the perfect hand. So the most important thing to a game is setup. If you can set up quickly, then you are set to win. So Pidgeotto allows you to look at the top two cards of a deck, put one of them into your hand, and put the other at the bottom of your deck. Already that is compressing your deck by two cards every turn. Every turn, it compresses your deck by two cards. So it increases your chances a lot by a huge amount, especially if you're able to use a supporter card to draw even more cards, and a Grimer, which has no energy cost to draw two cards. That is a drastic amount of draw and a drastic amount of compression of your deck to allow you to draw this Dragonair and Dragonite. And once you have a Dragonite on your bench, you're basically set to win. because a Dragonite allows you to charge two energy, one water and one lightning energy to one, or one of each to your Pokemon in any way you like, meaning you can charge three energy every turn. You can put three energy on your Pokemon every turn as long as you have a Dragonite on your bench in play. And this deck also have a Pokemon communication, two of it. So as long as you have any Pokemon in your, as long as you have a Dratini on your bench and any Pokemon on your hand, plus a Pokemon communication, you can trade for a Dragonair and then a Dragonite, and you're basically set to win. So it's the setup is amazing for this deck. It doesn't have any special abilities. The attacks are pretty basic: 120, 80, 70, and this one you have to discard to do 140 damage. Is very simple, you know, and it's pretty heavy because you need to discard a lot of cards, but it's very fast. You know, as long as you're fast, you're set to win. So the weakness of the Dragonite deck is this one, and the Rillaboom deck. I'll get to that in a second. So this one has direct drive. It can recall one of your Pokemon's previous evolution and use it as its attack. So you can use direct drive for one energy to attack 100 damage to your Dragonair. So before your Dragonair can evolve into a Dragonite, before you can attach three energy at a time to your Pokemon, they have already killed your Dragonair. You know, and as long as you have two Dratinis on your bench, they can kill it one at a time. So this is quite dangerous. You know, it's quite dangerous against this Empoleon deck because they can kill your bench very easily. But then it's afraid of lightning, as you can see. So a Thunderous can kill it very easily. But the bad thing about this Unseen Deaths is that it doesn't have a good setup. So if you don't draw the right cards on your first or second turn, or on your first few turns, then it's not possible to win against the Dragonite deck. So it's basically based on luck. If you're lucky, if you get an Empoleon quickly, fast enough before the Dragonite can evolve, then you can kill the Dragonite very easily. So another weakness of the Dragonite deck is the Rillaboom deck. So the Rillaboom deck has this Eldegoss. So Eldegoss allows you to attach three leaf energy cards to your bench Pokemon in any way you like every turn with because it's an attack. So if they have a Eldegoss and a Snorlax and a Rillaboom on their bench, then they can use, I forgot the name. They can use Blessing of the Fluff a few times before your Dragonite is called out. And by the time you evolve your Dragonite, they've already charged more than three Pokemons probably. You know, they have already charged two Snorlaxes and a Rillaboom, and that's already faster than you. You know, because it charges very quickly. But the bad thing about this deck again is that they need to draw. They don't have a good setup. You know, if they don't draw the right cards on their hand within the first few turns, then it becomes slow, you know. But if they draw the right cards, it becomes super fast. So this deck is either super fast or super slow, whereas the Dragonite deck is consistently fast. It's not super fast, but it's consistently fast. So that is why it has a higher rate of success than the Rillaboom deck. But it's not surefire. It's not 100% win. Because this one can be, if you're lucky, you can be super fast. So the same goes for this one. You can either be super fast or super slow with this deck. Because you can kill the bench very quickly. Super Sabotage. So those are the two techs to watch out for when you're playing the Dragonite deck. And always when you're playing the Dragonite deck or whatever deck, even when you're playing the Charizard deck, always try to get out the cards that allow you to collect. Because if you draw a lot of cards, as long as you have a good hand, you're set to win. because if you focus on the wrong cards, if you start out by charging the tornadoes and attacking, you start by attacking, you're not going to win. You have to start by collecting cards into your hand. If you start by collecting, then eventually you're going to set yourself for winning, because you're going to set yourself for a lot of choices. You're going to open a lot of pathway to win, a lot of possibilities to the game. If you don't collect, if you just attack, then you're confining yourself, and you're giving the opponent chances to collect their hand, to allow them to collect more and more cards into their hand, and then expand their route to winning. It's basically expanding your it to win. You basically have to expand your possibility of winning. The more chances you have to win, the more routes you can take to win, the more routes you can open up to win, the higher success rate you have. So it's about opening the routes to success, not not knocking down one route doggedly, not going down one route blindly. So that's all about the tournaments. I hope you learned something there. I think I rant a bit too long there, but it's useful content, I think. I believe it's useful content. So to recap, if the if you want to go to the tournament, either build a surefire win deck in the expanded format, or purchase a Dragonite deck, practice it on the ladder until you're good at it, and then make sure you have at least 5 win streaks to make sure you're really good at it, and then go to the tournament and win the tournament and get the packs that you need to trade for the cards that you want, to build the deck of your choice, to build the deck of your signature, and then you can play for fun. Basically, once you have the deck of your signature, you can play for fun, perfect that deck, and then if you have enough cards to spare, if you have enough tickets to spare, you can play that perfected deck on the tournament and show off your own signature surefire win deck. So that's probably the best, to make your own signature deck and to make that signature deck surefire win. That's the ultimate fun that you can achieve out of this game. So hopefully you found that helpful, and hope you enjoyed that Nidochino deck. It's one of my signature decks, which is not a surefire win yet. It might not actually be a surefire win because it requires too many cards, and it's not possible to get my Bridget to increase the number of uh, to increase the chances of me getting the Bridget within the first 2 turns. So it's not going to be a surefire win deck. It's just a fun deck to play with. I'm not gonna perfect it anymore because I've done what I can with this deck. It's the best that I can do. It's not perfect, and it's the best that I can do. So I'm gonna leave it as at that. The Nidochino deck is as best that I can make it. I'm gonna leave it at that. So hope you enjoyed that. Like and subscribe to our channel if you want to find out more, if you want to learn, if you want to check out more of our special decks, and learn more about Pokemon TCG strategies. Also, we might do some tournament. We might demonstrate some tournament plays in the future. So check out that as well, and comment below if you have any questions, or if you want us to make a customized deck for you, or whatever. If you want us to feature any cards, comment below. And that's all. Have a nice day, and have a Pokemon day, and see you in the next video. Bye.
Oregon.